flowy sleeves, berries.
It's the Great Taylor C. Baker Show.
Hello, and welcome back to the Great Taylor C. Baker Show. I am Taylor C. Baker, and I am baking my way through the Great British Bake Off technical challenges in hopes to live up to my namesake and become a better baker. And I have officially baked all of the technical challenges of season 1 of the Great British Bake Off. Head to this playlist here to watch and learn from all of those exciting bakes. The holiest of days is upon us, Pie Day. Math. Naturally, I'm going to honor Pie Day with my favorite dessert, pie, P-I-E, and I'm going to be baking a pie I designed that is inspired by one of my favorite musicals, Waitress. This is called Berry the Bull Bleep Pie. So I have a beautiful selection of berries here, and I am going to make a berry custard pie so we can go ahead and bury the bull. So let's learn how to make it. So for the sake of this recipe, I went ahead and pre-baked my pie crust. If you want a full rundown on how to make a pie crust from scratch, check out my deep dish blueberry bacon pie episode here. I go through the whole process of baking your crust from scratch, but if you would like a quick and easy solution, my favorite thing and what I did here is use a Texas classic, the dough puck. These are buying local for me. This is a Kyle, Texas original that's right down the road from me here in Austin. The dough is already mixed and it comes frozen, so you just need to thaw it out. There is a way on here to defrost it, but I personally find if you put it in the fridge overnight or let it thaw on the counter for about an hour and a half, I liked the texture of the dough a little better than trying to defrost it in the microwave. So I love these dough pucks. I will put a link in the bio below to find these. Alternatively, this is a classic, the Pillsbury pre-made crust. All you have to do is bake these for about 10 or 11 minutes before you make your pie. So now that I have my pie crust pre-baked, this also helps prevent making a soggy bottom, which us Great British Bake Off fans are very persistent about. And now we're gonna be ready to fill our pie. I'm using strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. You can use blackberries, any berries you'd want. I'm actually not gonna bake it with the raspberries or the strawberries. I'm gonna add them fresh on top later, and I want the blueberries to kind of be like a cooked-in surprise. Maybe it's somewhat inspired by the berrying of the bull fruit. So I'm gonna berry the blueberries. So I think you're probably gonna need about 2 cups of blueberries in total, and I'm just gonna get these nice and coated on the bottom. Try to keep an eye out for any of the ones with the stems still attached, like this sneaky little guy. Sneak a snack, of course. And now that we have our berried blueberries, we are going to make the custard. So all you need is 3 eggs, 1 1/4 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And first up, we are gonna beat our eggs and our sugar together until it's pale and creamy. And once our eggs and our sugar are mixed together, we're gonna add in all of the wet ingredients: milk, vanilla, and heavy whipping cream. And now that we have our beautiful custard all mixed, it's very liquidy, and this is where the magic and the science of baking comes into play. This liquid is gonna be baked, and then it's becoming a solid. Magic. So we are gonna pour this over our berries, and usually what I would recommend doing is to fill it in the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven and then just fill it up in there so it'll hopefully not spill over and get soggy underneath. So once we do that, we're gonna bake it at 350 for 40 to 45 minutes. My beautiful, magnificent smelling pie is out of the oven, and I did in fact end up baking it for about 45 minutes on the longer end. It was still a little jiggly when it came out, but I've had it here cooling and it kept getting more solid as it was cooling. So now that it's completely cooled, we're gonna bury the blueberries and put on our raspberries and strawberries. Again, this was kind of a dealer's choice. You could have put those on and baked it all together. You could have mixed all the fruit of the custard and have it be a hodgepodge. I personally love the taste of fresh raspberries and strawberries, so I am electing to do some cooked fruit and fresh fruit. So I'll bring you over here for the decoration. Okay, now my berry shirt matches very well. I really love the fresh fruit on top, and I'm excited to see how it plays well with the blueberries in this sneaky berried custard. And I did add, of course, a little Taylor C. Baker zest. Maybe just be something I eat as a cookie later, but I made a little lightning bolt. So let's give it a try. That is so refreshing. This is gonna be great for spring and summertime, especially with all the fresh fruit on top. It's basically just like you're eating a fruit parfait for breakfast, so by that reasoning, I'm pretty sure you can eat this pie for breakfast. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe and follow along with all of my baking misadventures. And I invite you to come along this baking journey with me. If you bake any of the recipes from my show, please tag me at Taylor C. Baker on all the social medias and use the hashtag #BakeWithBaker. Bake with Baker. So I can see all of the magic you're making in the kitchen. Cheers.
It's the Great Taylor C. Baker Show.